stress can kill you, and I refuse to die.
Okay.
I feel like that's kind of been my mantra for a while now, just to say stress can kill you, and I'm not going out like that. But I've been saying that while still being on my journey of rest. It's one of those things that I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think I'm at the point where I fully know how to rest. But I'm much further than where I was, because to give a brief overview or history of my history with stress, I would say I've been dealing with stress in my own way for many, many, many years now. But all I know is that I was determined stress is not going to kill me. So when I was younger, I noticed I would have these different symptoms of stress, whether my shoulders were up to my ears or I was doing these weird breathing things that honestly, if I had told someone about, they would have been like, yeah, get this girl some help. I was so like tightly wound because I was just stressed. I was too stressed. But I would also try and find my own ways of solving it. I would like wake up with a locked jaw, my shoulders were up to my ears. I was very like tight. But by the time I got to high school, I thought I had kind of handled it, but really I just taught my body to show it I taught my body to not show me I was stressed. So then when I got to college, I was my most stressed. And I just remember being in my last year, being in my last year, struggling to get into all my classes, struggling to get to my classes, taking 7 classes while going through it felt like 2-3 friendship breakups. It was a lot happening. It was a lot happening at once, and there I was. I walked into one of my classes and I got this heart palpitation. I didn't know what it was at the time. I just knew that I could hear my heart very loudly in my ears, and I just took a moment to listen, and I was like, am I going out like this? But then it went away and I went back to my class and I was like, well, I guess we're still here. But I knew I needed to handle this. Over time, I've been trying to figure out, what is this thing called rest? How do you rest? Because everyone wants you to be stressed out about everything in the world. Everyone wants you to care about everything that's happening everywhere. And I refuse. You will not stress me. You will not kill me. You will not be the end of me. I will live and not die. You will not stress me out over these things. But I actually wanted to make this video. One, because I'm so much further than where I was before in terms of stress. But also 2, because last week I felt like I had finally gotten a bit of a hang of it. So over the years, what I've learned to do is find peace. But there is a difference between peace and rest, I would have to say, because I thought peace was rest. I would journal, I would lay down and prop my feet up, and it was the most relaxing position, and I would take deep breaths and listen to instrumental music or orchestra music, and I would just take deep breaths, and I would take walks, and all of these things were very peaceful for me. And so I thought, we have now handled stress. But actually, that was wrong, because I would still get stressed. I've had to be on my own journey of figuring out what I want. I was on one journey of figuring out what I want, and then I also had to go on a journey of choosing myself, which sadly enough was my hardest journey. So last week I finally felt like I figured it out, because I was tired and I rested. I felt overwhelmed, so I took a break. I wanted to go outside, so I did. I wanted to do something, and so my library was having this, they were bringing some owls from the local sanctuary, and I was like, I want to see the owls, so I did. And I just felt so giddy and happy and excited, not because I'm obsessed with owls, which I'm not. I've never been like, I need to know more about owls. I was just excited because I showed an interest in something and I did it. And sometimes I wanted to leave the house, so I went to the library. Sometimes I just wanted to get some fresh air, so I just sat on the deck. When I needed sunlight, I went out here, like right now, and I soaked up as much vitamin D as I could. And that's when I actually started to feel like I think I'm getting this rest thing. It's not doing nothing or only doing those peaceful things. It's actually choosing me and doing the things that I want. It's both the peace, the figuring out what you want, and choosing yourself. Because a lot of times I struggled with feeling like I had to overwhelm myself with work. I tended to choose other people first or choose other things first. So I would delay even the little things that I needed for myself. I might lay and take deep breaths and go on walks, but I would often choose that last. And so sometimes I wouldn't even get to it because I'm choosing me last. I feel like I'm realizing at this point, fighting stress and getting to this place of rest, I'm realizing it's not about doing nothing and it's not about doing everything. It's about figuring out what you want and doing it. It's noticing when my body says I'm tired and resting. It's noticing when I feel more active and I want to do something and doing it. It's when I feel like I need fresh air, going and getting that and not putting myself last. So if I look out my window and I see that it's a beautiful day and that all the leaves are changing and they're colorful and bright and I want to go and be around it, finishing what I'm doing or just stopping everything and saying, I'm going outside, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Who knew that that would be one of the hardest lessons for me? Who knew? And I really prided myself on thinking, I love myself. No, I would say I love myself. But if it came down to asking, do you choose yourself? I don't think I did. I would choose other people. I would choose work because I felt like I needed to prove something. I need to work hard. Which I do need to work hard, but you can't pour from an empty cup. And that's been one of the hardest things for me to learn. But yeah, I think I'm getting to a place where now I'm realizing, and I'm not perfect at it. I just felt like I got the hang of it. Like I started getting the hang of it last week, but then the following week I was like, what do I want? What do I do I want air? Why am I tired? And like still having to figure out, okay, what is it that I want? What is it that I'm needing in this moment? But I'm actually just so thankful that I at least am starting to understand it. So if you or a loved one suffer from stress, please get it handled because it will kill you. You need rest. You need rest. You need peace and rest. You need to do things that are peaceful, things that relax you, but you also need to do the things that you enjoy and that make you feel alive, and you need that balance because sometimes when you're actually looking for rest, it's not sometimes it's both, sometimes it's one or the other, but you need to figure out how you can choose yourself in that moment, I think. Look, I'm still figuring it out. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm learning. That's what I got. Enjoy the foliage as I will. Bye-bye.